Pontificia Universidad Javeriana. 3 highly significant words. Pontificia Universidad Javeriana is a canonical juridic person erected by the Congregation for Catholic Education and founded and governed by the Society of Jesus. The university has been granted the right to award academic titles with ecclesiastical value on behalf of the Pope. It's also been granted the power to issue titles under every educational modality, as well as areas that are relevant to institutions of higher education by the National Ministry of Education. Universidad Javeriana is a private institution that has been set up as a foundation. Our mission. The Pontificia Universidad Javeriana demonstrates excellence in the provision of its teaching, research, and services as an integrated university within a country of regions that contains a global interdisciplinary perspective and has set out to provide comprehensive education for people that stand out due to their high levels of human, ethical, academic, and professional performance, as well as their social responsibility, and create and develop knowledge and culture from a critical and innovative perspective to achieve a respectful, democratic, sustainable, just, inclusive, and democratic society that shows respect and solidarity and upholds human dignity. The Javeriana Educational Project encompasses specific directives for the exercise of university functions developed by the educational community within the framework of comprehensive education for its members and by way of an interdisciplinary approach. Its functions in teaching, research, and service converge with the general duties of the university to generate interpersonal and organizational relations at every level. The educational community is made up of students, professors, employees, administrators, and graduates, each committed to the fulfillment of university objectives, viewing participation and dialogue as practices that determine their culture. A comprehensive approach is essential to the kind of education that the Javeriana University seeks to provide to strive for the harmonious development of every aspect of the individual in benefit of their autonomy and their place in society. Teaching consists of an interaction between professors and students surrounding the consideration of concrete problems and questions. It is framed within flexible curricula that puts together and incorporates teaching-learning experiences linked to the educational goals of each discipline and profession. Research is understood to be the search for know-how that widens the frontiers of knowledge and its applications. To date, it has been shared by numerous scientific communities. This search can be attained through differential and autonomous processes. Interdisciplinary work arises from the need for coherent know-how, as well as the existence of problems that need to be addressed by more than one discipline or be used in pure research processes, as well as qualified services to society. Through its service, Universidad Javeriana highlights subsequent objectives for Colombian society, enriching its cultural and scientific pool, critiquing it intellectually and presenting it with new axiological frameworks from the perspective of a culture of peace. It produces Javerians that excel as a result of their knowledge, competences, honesty, and successful commitment to excluded persons. University planning is a structured and systematic activity that the university has been carrying out for over 25 years. As a result, the current university planning model for 2021-2023 seeks to consolidate the university, allowing to become a national and international source of reference, known for its continuous effort to strengthen the appropriation of Javeriana identity by the entire education community, effective participation in the country's processes of peace and reconciliation, a contribution to citizenship education aimed at overcoming significant issues including corruption, injustice, and indifference, an interest in developing activities within the framework of the topic of comprehensive ecology, a lifelong pursuit for innovation in the process of guaranteeing a culture of human and academic excellence, achieving coherence, transparency, and effectiveness in decision-making processes within a respectful context that promotes different kinds of individuals. By way of the existing planning model, the university seeks to make its vision and megas, big and strategic goals, a reality in 2023 by means of programs that will be executed by the contributions of each faculty and vice president's office. Similarly, by way of a permanent measure linked to plan management, faculties, and general governance, annual commitments have been established that can be monitored. Moreover, they can use performance measures to assess their results and impact. The Pontificia Universidad Javeriana contains two branches, a central branch in Bogota and a sectional branch in Cali. Each one operates autonomously according to the specific conditions of its environment and region. Moreover, the university is present in other regions of the country by way of various strategies, including the strategy titled Javeriana Colombia, in alliances with educational institutions of the Society of Jesus. The Javeriana University makes a distinction between governing bodies and government authorities. The governing bodies are the Great Chancellor of the University, who is the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, the Vice Chancellor, who is the Provincial of the Society of Jesus in Colombia, and the Council of Governors. The government is steered by the University Governing Board and independent authorities, establishing its bylaws and organic rules. The organic structure of the central branch comprises Managing Board, the President of the University, Secretary General, Academic Council, Administrative Council, Welfare Council, the Vice Presidents, Academic Vice President, Research Vice President, Vice President of Extensions and Interinstitutional Relations, Vice President for Welfare, and Administrative Vice President. They are all part of the general government of the university. The following are part of the general government of the schools: Schools Council, Dean of the School, School Secretary, Directors of departments, institutes, undergraduate programs, specializations, masters, and PhDs. Within the structure of the university, professors either belong to the departments or institutes. The students join the university by way of academic undergraduate or graduate degrees and other courses that do not lead to a title. President's Office. The president of the university is the person with authority in governance. Their role is to perform the general management of the university, has the role of legal representative. The following positions are under the President's Office: the General Secretary, the Legal Office, the Communications Office, the Planning Secretary, and the Private Secretary. The Office for the Promotion of Social Responsibility at the University and the Office for Donation Management and Internal Audit are also dependent on this body. Academic Vice President's Office. The main area of competence in the Academic Vice President's Office is academic teaching, professor and student affairs, academic library services, editorial services, and technology applied to imaging, sound, design, and education. The structure is composed by 4 areas: academic courses, professorship affairs, student affairs, and marketing for academic programs. The Alfonso Borrero Cabal S.J. Library, the Attica Center, the editorial house of the Universidad Javeriana, and the Learning, Teaching, and CAE+E Assessment Center are attached to this Vice President's Office. Research Vice President's Office. The field of competence of the Research Vice President includes planning, organization, and control of academic research, innovation, and artistic creation. The Vice President is in charge of defining the policies and directives linked to the activities in research, innovation, and artistic creation. Additionally, it is in charge of carrying out activities linked to promotion, coordination with professors, and the scientific and social dissemination of said activities. The structure is composed of 2 areas: research and innovation, and artistic creation assistance, a dimension that emerged from the activity of research. Part of the Research Vice President's Office are the Javeriana Entrepreneurship Center, the Pensar Institute, and the Institute of Public Health. Office of the Vice President of Extensions and Interinstitutional Relations. The field of competence of the Office of the Vice President of Extension and Interinstitutional Relations includes planning, organization, and control of academic activities linked to extensions and the creation and strengthening of ties with public and private organizations at the national and international level. Its structure comprises the following areas: international affairs, consulting, continued education, graduate relations, and the student mobility. Office of the Vice President of Welfare. Welfare activities are aimed to guaranteeing that all university processes are in line with the educational principles of the Society of Jesus, promoting the creation and development of the education community and fostering the comprehensive well-being of each of the persons that comprise it. The structure of the Office of the Vice President of Welfare is made up of 5 centers. The Center for the Promotion of Identity and Community Building, the San Francisco Javier Pastoral Center, the Health and Psychology Advisory Center, the Javeriana Sports Training Center, and the Cultural Management Center. Administrative Vice President's Office. The main field of competence of the Administrative Vice President's Office includes managerial functions in areas linked to finance, human resources, services for the university community, and infrastructure. It implements its services through the following areas: finance, human management, physical resources, IT technologies, and university services. At present, 1,926 administrative workers support university activities. The Javeriana University wishes to serve the human community, especially the Colombian community, in a bid to introduce a more civilized, culture, and just society, inspired by the values proclaimed in the Gospel. The supply of academic programs offered at present by the Javeriana University is made up of a total of 249 programs as follows: 13 PhDs, 57 specializations, 39 medical specializations, 7 dentistry specializations, 8 teaching degrees, 75 master's degrees, 9 ecclesiastical programs, 40 undergraduate degrees, and 1 technical vocational course per skill. During the second term of 2021, the university had approximately 23,188 students and close to 510 distance learning and virtual students for a total of 23,698 students. Of this total, 18,661 are students taking undergraduate courses and 5,037 are taking postgraduate degrees. Approximately 1,337 students are simultaneously pursuing multiple degrees. As for the students that have pursued undergraduate degrees, 56% are women and 44% are men. This pattern has been a constant over the last decade, in which more women than men have attended the university. Approximately 3 out of 10 students are from regions different to Bogota. During the first term of 2021, the President's Office Fund awarded 132 student grants. The Pontificia Universidad Javeriana has established over 400 cooperation agreements with universities in 42 countries that facilitated, during the second term of 2021, the international mobility of over 136 students under the following modalities: student exchange programs, double degrees, grants, and short courses. The Javeriana University offers double degree agreements in 42 academic, undergraduate, and postgraduate programs alongside institutions in America, Europe, and Oceania, and participates in over 18 international university and cooperation networks at the institutional level. On the other hand, a total of 404,120 persons have participated in continued education courses to date, hybrid, virtual, or MOOC modalities in Bogota and other regions of the country. In relation to the faculty, during the second term of 2021, the Javeriana had a total of 1,255 permanent professors and 2,187 lecturers. Out of the professors, 56 have obtained specializations, 217 clinical specializations, 335 their master's degrees, 77 have obtained a second clinical specialization, 96 specializations in dentistry, and 555 have completed their PhDs. On average, each professor at the university lends assistance to around 12 undergraduate and postgraduate students. During the 2021 period, the university had 105 research groups, which have been recognized by the Ministry of Science, 24 scientific journals on 18 fields of knowledge, of which 20 have been included in the National Index Publindex, 2 in the Web of Science Core Indexes, and 12 in Scopus, positioning the Javeriana University as the university in Latin America with the most indexed titles in the Elsevier Biographical Database and the Zimago Journal and Country Rank. In relation to publications and referencing of Javeriana productions in international systems, the university published between 2020 and 2021 1,654 documents in index journals. In Web of Science, cited 43,640 times, and 1,975 documents in Scopus index journals that were cited 51,162 times. Over the last 2 years, 2020-2021, 548 research activities have received funding, which includes support for publications, support for young researchers, research seedbeds, projects in research, innovation and artistic creation, mobility, among others, for a value close to 63 billion pesos, funded using resources from national and international bodies, as well as the internal resources
Pontificia
of the
Universidad
Javeriana. By 2021, the university had requested the registration of 90 patents for inventions, of which 37 were granted. Regarding to the activity of consultancy during the year 2021, the Javeriana University legalized and initiated 69 projects, of which 43% were funded by the national public sector and 48% by the national private sector. 9% were funded by international organizations, reaching a total value of 24,462 million pesos. The Javeriana Library System, SIBJA, that comprises the libraries and documentation of the university, is a cross-cutting university project, supporting the work of the professorship, research, and services. It is in charge of purchasing, preserving, and offering information in relevant areas of knowledge to fulfill the university's objectives. Additionally, it provides services in referencing and advisory in the process of searching for information, bibliographic material loans, the obtainment of documentation, user training via courses and workshops that promote the autonomous use of databases, support tools, as well as any other existing materials and resources at the SIBJA Javeriana Library System. The Javeriana University seeks to maintain close ties with 194,000 graduates in total to offer them support where it may be needed and help them make their work useful to society. The university hopes that its graduates will act in accordance with the values that characterize the education that they have received in both their professional and social lives, as well as contribute where possible to the development of the university, the positive transformation of their society, and that of future generations. Pontificia Universidad Javeriana thus strives to be a positive force in the development, guidance, critique, and constructive transformation of the country.